Today's graduation event will begin in 5 minutes. Prior to the ceremony, many precautions have been taken to ensure the safety of our students and guests. Graduation ceremonial items, spirit awards, and diplomas were all sanitized. We remind all graduates and their guests that they must adhere to social distancing guidelines, as well as wear masks at all times for their safety. We also wish to remind all participants that they will be dismissed by section after the ceremony. Directions will be given once the ceremony concludes. Please listen to when your section is called to exit the ballpark. Welcome to the 2020 Clint High School graduation. We are honored to host this year's commencement ceremony for our students, their guests, and our staff. This year, 2020, is the 90th anniversary of the Clint Independent School District. This year's graduation is a special event due to the challenges that have arisen this year, but our students have overcome many barriers to be here today. We are honored to recognize their accomplishments and proud to be able to issue their diplomas for their hard work and dedication. Opening our ceremony is Dr. Juan I. Martinez, Clint ISD Superintendent, followed by the Clint High School Principal, Garrett Ritchie. Following our administration, the commencement banner will be carried by John Sosa, who will lead our graduation program. Behind him will be Damian Pacheco, who will carry the ceremonial mace. Conveying scholarship, confidence, and triumph, the Clint ISD ceremonial mace symbolizes the governing authority and integrity of the Board of Trustees. The district seal, boldly mounted atop the staff, symbolizes that the board is a custodian of excellence in learning and scholarship for all Clint ISD students. The mace is a reminder of the commitment of the Board of Trustees to provide the finest education and scholarly opportunities for our students. After Damien, Albert Brito, and Edward Garcia will carry the campus and district gonfalons, adding pride and dignity to this event. Will Clint High School graduates please rise as we begin the commencement ceremony with the representatives of the 2020 graduating class.
Time, please direct your attention to the video screen as our district honor choir performs the national anthem, and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and Texas Pledge presented by our Student Council President, Mr. Javi Villalba Tidwell.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleam, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang clear, bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. You may now be seated. At this time, Javi will give a student welcome to the mighty class of 2020.
Hello and welcome to all. My name is Javier Villalba, and I am this year's Student Council President. I want to welcome you all here to the Clint High School Class of 2020 graduation. Can I please get a round of applause for all the graduates? Times are tough right now for all of us, and I wish we were meeting under better circumstances. But right now, just as in life, we must make the best out of every situation, because we never know when our last second will be. I want to thank my family, not only for believing in me, but for also teaching me to do my best no matter what I do. And although I kind of have to deal with you guys on a daily basis and have no choice, I want to thank you guys for never leaving my side. I want to thank the staff and administration for everything that they've done. Because although times are tough, I know you guys have sacrificed everything that you guys do on a daily basis just to make us be successful in this year. And for that, I am the most thankful. Because without you guys, who knows where we would all be right now. Lastly, I want to thank my friends. Those of you that are here right now, those of you that are watching from home, everybody that has left, and everybody that has stayed. I want to thank you all for helping shape the person that I am today. I want to start off by saying that life is a book, and that we all write our own stories, and we all write our own chapters. Chapters may be short, and some may be stretched out longer than what we had planned. The plots in our lives are dependent on three things. 1, the way we choose to live our lives. 2, the way we allow others to affect it. And 3, by things that we cannot control. For example, this pandemic. But through these 3 different occurrences, we become who we are. You get to learn so much about others, and you get to learn so much about yourself. You get to grow and lose bonds. You get to become so used to doing the same things over and over and seeing the same people day after day. And when you graduate high school, you're not just graduating from school. You're graduating from childhood and everything that you've come to grow up with. High school is a roller coaster that we didn't really plan to get on. It's a roller coaster without the rules or the warnings at the beginning. But we all entered this roller coaster together, without straps, without harnesses, but with the grip of each other. And along this ride, we lost grip of some people. But when we let them go, they were caught and they were protected from falling. But that happened with all of us. We were caught and we were let go of at the same time. We let go of others and they were caught. But no matter what happened, we were put into the arms and the hands of each other for a reason. And no matter what that reason was, we made it work. I want everybody to please stop and take a second to look at those around you and those next to you. Go ahead, take that time. We were all in this together, and we're still here. Sadly, we lost a couple of people along the way, but they were caught, and we got to be thankful for that. Gladly, we gained a couple of people along the way, and they've made an impact in our lives greatly. As I bring this speech to a close, I want to share one more thing with you guys. Remember how I said that life is a book, and that we all write our own chapters? This is where you say yes. Well, this is now the end of a chapter in all of our lives, and it's time to flip the page and begin writing. To the class of 2020, to everybody in this stadium and everybody watching at home, I love you all, and I wish you all the best in life and its endeavors. We've all done this together, and it all started off with one person who brought a spark. Let's take that same spark individually and make an impact in the world, just as we have made within each other. Thank you. Hobbs out.
Thank you, Javi, for that welcome. Good evening. My name is Garrett Ritchie, and I'm the proud principal of Clint High School. It is with great honor that I introduce our special guest tonight. With us this evening are board members of the Clint Independent School District. Ms. Arlene Parada, President. Mr. Arturo Rocky Cruz, Second Vice President. Mr. James Pendell, Secretary. And Ms. Mary Macias, Member. We do have a few board members who were unable to make it tonight. Ms. Claudia Perez, First Vice President. Mr. Jaime Lopez, Member. And Mr. Fred Martinez, Member. Thank you all for your service. I would also like to introduce our Superintendent, Dr. Juan I. Martinez. I would like to thank our cabinet members who throughout the year have been there to guide and support the Lions with all their accomplishments. We also would like to recognize Mr. James Littlejohn, our Assistant Superintendent of Secondary Curriculum Instruction, who with his leadership and guidance has helped make this evening possible. Thank you, Mr. Littlejohn. This year would not be possible without our two fantastic assistant principals. I want to thank them for their leadership. Ms. Teresa Henches and Ms. Hilda Dominguez. I would also like to thank our curriculum coach for her hard work and dedication, Ms. Julie Moss. Our students could not have completed this journey without the guidance and support from their counselors, Ms. Cynthia Paz, Ms. Elizabeth Flowers, and our college and career readiness counselor, Ms. Elizabeth Pasillas. I know as you look out tonight, we are missing many of our Lion faculty, but they are watching at home and they are proud to see you graduate tonight. Let's give all of our teachers a round of applause for their hard work and dedication. And last but certainly not least, I want to recognize our senior class sponsors who have helped you all get here tonight, Ms. Alva and Ms. Prieto. Thank you for your hard work. Seniors, take a look around. This is all for you. This is one of the most impressive graduations that I've ever seen. Dr. Martinez, cabinet members, board, family members of the graduates here tonight, thank you for supporting our seniors of the class of 2020. I would like to thank our parents, guardians, aunts, uncles, and all family members who are graduating tonight, as you have been an intricate part of your sons and daughters' journeys for the last 13 years. I would like to have the graduates please join me in a round of applause for your family members who are attending and watching at home that have supported you for all this journey. At this time, I would like to introduce one of our assistant principals, Ms. Henches, to announce the Lionheart Awards, scholarship recipients, and top 10 seniors.
Good evening. A lion is considered the king of the jungle and the fiercest of all walking on the earth. The courage that makes it such to have come from the heart of immense strength and determination. In keeping with the meaning of the true Lionheart, the following students have been selected by their teachers for their relentless determination and perseverance during their time at Clint High School. Many have overcome personal challenges as well as academic challenges inherent in high school studies. Graduates, when I call your name, please come to the stage to receive your award and remain on the stage until told to return to your seats. Our first recipient of the Lionheart Award is Mr. Jonathan Garcia. The next Lionheart Award is presented to Miss Lydia Granados. Move all the way down to Mr. Ritchie. The third recipient is Miss Celeste Lopez. Our fourth recipient is Mr. Daniel Muniz. Next, we recognize Mr. Gabriel Ortiz. Hold on, Daniel. Daniel, stay back. No, you're good. Keep the distance from me. No, you're good. Congratulations. Our next recipient is Mr. Miguel Ponce. The seventh recipient of the Lionheart Award is Miss Esmeralda Real Vasquez. The next Lionheart Award is presented to Mr. Edward Rodriguez. The ninth recipient is Mr. Irving Varela. Our final recipient of the Lionheart Award is presented to Mr. Javier Villalba Tidwell. Mighty Lions friends and families, please give a round of applause to the Lionheart recipients. Recipients, go ahead and return to your seats, please. Clint High School's class of 2020 worked tirelessly in completing college applications, scholarships, and financial aid applications while balancing the completion of numerous requirements and graduation. Their hard work has paid off. We are proud to announce that the class of 2020 has earned over $14 million in scholarship money. At this time, If you were awarded a scholarship through a university, community college, technical school, or enlisted into one of the branches of our military, please stand to be recognized by your peers, family, and community. Please be seated. We would like to recognize the students who graduated with honors, earning a GPA of 92% or higher. Each of the students received a Clint Blue Cord. Students graduating with honors, please stand to be recognized. Thank you. Please be seated. The top 10 graduating seniors of the class of 2020 will now be acknowledged. Each of our top students is wearing a white gown representing the prestigious honor of being one of the top 10. As I call your name, please come forward to the stage and remain in place until all 10 are on stage. Names will be called in descending order. Number 10, Jonathan Garcia. Parents, Homero and Estela Garcia. Number 9, Brandon Cottrell. Parents Randy and Divya Cottrell. Number 8, Jacqueline Ponce. Parents Humberto and Veronica Ponce. Number 7, Teresa Rodriguez. Parents Antonio and Rebecca Rodriguez. Number 6, Javier Villalba Tidwell. Parents Sean and Bianca Tidwell. Number 5, Joanna Martinez. Parents Efrain and Lorenza Martinez. Number 4, Lydia Granados. Parents Felipe and Heather Granados. Number 3, Damian Pacheco. Parents David and Cecilia Pacheco. Number 2, Marcus Juarez. Parents Abel and Tara Juarez. And the number 1 graduate of the class of 2020, Celeste Lopez. Parents Oscar and Maria Lopez. Will the parents of the top 10 please stand to be recognized? Thank you, parents. We appreciate your support and your patience. You all may be seated. You guys go that way. Yes, sir. We would like to introduce our graduate with the second highest GPA of 100.985, our salutatorian, Mr. Marcus Juarez, who will deliver his speech. Please direct your attention to the screen.
I was told to make this speech about 3 minutes long, but truth is, there's no possible way to fit this year into such a meager sliver of time. So here goes my best attempt of senior year from my perspective. New school year, same faces. New rules, but same old henches. Stickers from Woods class. I apologize if this gets you in trouble, Miss Woods. Mario Kart, volleyball games, Popeye's chicken sandwiches, Friday night lights, Blue Crew, baby powder, homemade drums, pep rallies with more baby powder, endless presentations in Brieto's class, basketball season, Sweet 16, spring break, and coronavirus. Hold on a second. I forgot one final thing. Admin's absolute favorite, baby powder. Now is a great moment to take the time to thank the janitorial staff on behalf of the entire class of 2020 for such hard work day in and day out. As the year 2020 progresses, I can assume it's safe to say we have no idea what's going to happen within the next month, week, or even day. This year has been an extremely rutted road, and it seems as if it's worsening by the second. In the midst of all this insanity, however, there is one thing that we should all strive for, and that is to live life like there's no tomorrow, because quite literally, tomorrow could potentially be non-existent considering the events that have arose thus far. At the end of the day, breathe, observe, and embrace this moment, because for some parents, this is the last graduation they'll ever attend, and for others, it's their firstborn's graduation. It's truly heartbreaking for most. However, we cannot do much about it. So to my peers, classmates, acquaintances, and dearest friends, enjoy this moment as best as you can. Enjoy your one and only high school graduation. Enjoy this real moment and look at the bigger picture. The world awaits for us to make it better, and let's leave it better than how it's been handed to us. Thank you.
And now we would like to recognize our top graduate. This young lady will graduate with a GPA of 102.754. Ms. Celeste Lopez will now deliver her valedictorian address. Please, again, direct your attention to the screen.
Hey guys, we did it. We're finally here. I know this isn't at all what we imagined our graduation to be. Not the place, time, or situation. But we're here and we made it. To start off, welcome to everybody who was able to be here today. To those who are joining us virtually, and those who were able to make all this possible, all while ensuring we all stay safe. It's definitely been a long and crazy ride, filled with prideful highs and vulnerable lows. Before we go on, we can't forget to give thanks to everyone who provided us with endless opportunities, kept us grounded and humble, and gave us strength to get us to where we are today. Mom, Dad, thank you for everything you've done for me. I wouldn't be up here if it weren't for you. I promise I will make all your selflessness worth the sacrifice and make you proud. Thank you to all the parents, teachers, and coaches for the inspiration and constant support. Most importantly, I want to thank God for all the blessings in our lives. He put us on this earth for a purpose, and throughout our journey, we must remember to trust in Him. The only way for us to truly reminisce on our experience and 12-year journey is to start at the very beginning. For many of us, our connection began as clumsy little kids, destined to be in the same pre-K or kindergarten class. We made videos of us singing and dancing to the ABCs, played freeze tag on the playground, traded tassels and marbles, and participated in the Pee-wee basketball and track meets. Later, for others, we made our connections during the awkward transitional stages of middle school, where we explored our talents and the type of people we wanted to become. We joined sports we'd never tried, had our first boyfriend and girlfriend, tried out band and art, or just stayed after school to hang with our friends. And, let's be honest, we either looked forward to or hated spiders and flies and dodgeball in PE. That is, until dodgeball was banned. Thanks, Freddie. And finally, high school. We had an idea, but we didn't quite know what we were actually getting into. We didn't know how one summer or even a few semesters would change who we are and who we wanted to be a part of. One thing is certain, we all had new experiences that bonded us together. Football games, shout out to the Blue Crew, pep rallies, team sports, where we made history in football, basketball, and soccer. Homecoming, prom, competitions, and much more. We overcame injuries, heartbreaks, the loss of our teachers, life-threatening accidents, depression, a global pandemic, and every other doubt held against us. And so, the good and the bad, the successes and the failures, the joy and the pain, all went hand in hand to bring us to this point in our lives. We lost people and gained people along the way. But it is these experiences that will keep us forever connected. I'm proud to have each of you as a part of my family, and I'm proud to be called a lion. Our lives are about to change, something both terrifying and exciting. And as you guys go into the world, I want to ask you for one thing. Be brave. When you're unsure of where you're going, be brave, and push forward. Take opportunities you never thought you would or were scared to take. When you have a goal set, be brave enough to do anything to reach and dominate it. When you reach adversity, be brave and do what is rightfully needed to overcome it. In the world of today, bravery is exactly what we need. Our generation is the future, and I believe our generation will be the one to cause true change. I believe in every one of you, and though I don't know exactly where our roads will take us, I know I can always look back on our time together and know the way back home. Que Dios los bendiga. Los amo. This is the class of 2020, signing off.
At this time, please welcome our Superintendent, Dr. Juan I. Martinez, to present his address.
Good evening, and first of all, congratulations to the class of 2020. Come on, let me hear some noise, guys. Congratulations to each and every one of you. All of us here today are very, very proud of each and every one of you. Congratulations. And before I proceed, let me introduce you our special guest. I'm sure you do not know, but it is a new tradition that we started I think it was 2 years ago or last year, that we invite an honor graduate, someone who graduated from high school, from your school, and then years later, they reflect the spirit of the Lion, and today it is my honor to have Homero Garcia. Mr. Garcia, will you please come up here to the front? Please give him a round of applause. He is a former Lion. Homero Garcia is a Clint graduate from the class of 2012. And you may be asking yourselves, well, what happens after high school? What am I going to do? Well, Homero is that reflection of the many things that you can do, and it is my honor to have him here as my special guest tonight. After graduation, Homero attended the University of Texas at El Paso and graduated in 2016 with a degree in biochemistry. Homero continued his education at New Mexico State University, and this year he just graduated with a degree in chemical and materials engineering. How about that? Give him a round of applause. That's amazing. While at NMSU, he worked as a researcher under a NASA grant. He will now be going to Washington, D.C. and work, watch this, he will be working as a nuclear engineer for the Department of Defense. Congratulations, Homero. And John, you did not know that I was going to invite your brother, so you will be the only Lion today who gets a hug from your brother. So, since you're in the same family. Homero, we have something for you. It has been properly disinfected, so still wash your hands after you touch it. Congratulations, Homero. Congratulations again, and thank you so much for being here. We, as the Clint ISD family and the Clint ISD community, we are all very, very proud of you. For those of you Lions out there, what is your future going to be like? I would hope that in the next 4 or 5 years or so, you are also invited to be an honor graduate for your amazing accomplishments, just as Mr. Garcia sitting here with us today. Congratulations to your parents, both Mr. and Ms. Garcia. As I said, Homero is an honor graduate in Clint High School. You are an example of the Lion spirit. Clint High School and the entire Clint ISD family is extremely proud of you. As a senior class of 2020, this is what your journey may look for you as well. And we look forward to seeing you in the future accomplishing many, many great things at Mr. Garcia. Queridos padres, familiares y amigos de los graduandos, hoy es un momento muy especial para todos ustedes y sus hijos. No sabíamos si tendríamos una graduación o no. No sabíamos si tendríamos la oportunidad de estar presentes en alguna u otra manera, cómo tener una graduación de una manera considerando la emergencia de salud y cumplir con todos los requisitos del Departamento de Salud y la ciudad del Paso y el condado del Paso. No estábamos seguros qué hacer, pero inmediatamente cuando se nos prohibió tener una graduación en la universidad, entonces inmediatamente buscamos otra alternativa. Y estoy muy agradecido con la mesa directiva que nos da la oportunidad de buscar los necesarios fondos para tener una graduación de este calibre. No hay en la ciudad entera una graduación como las que hemos tenido para sus hijos hoy. De hecho, se nos informó que podíamos tener una graduación virtual. Bueno, los jóvenes han estado sentados mucho tiempo tras de una computadora y no me parecía justo tenerlos sentados detrás de una computadora para una graduación. Eso no parece una graduación, más bien parece una clase. Por esa razón decidimos que íbamos a buscar la manera de tener una graduación de una u otra manera. Quiero agradecer por el apoyo que nos dan y por estar siempre al pendiente de darles a sus hijos lo mejor. A nuestra mesa directiva que ya fue reconocida, quisiera reconocerlos una vez más. A la señorita Arlene Parada, la presidenta de la mesa directiva, si por favor se pone de pie y le damos un aplauso por su apoyo que les da a sus hijos. Quiero agradecer también al señor Arturo Cruz, que está aquí presente, si se pone de pie también. Gracias por estar aquí con nosotros. A Miss Mary Macías, que también está siempre dispuesta a dar todo por nuestros hijos y le agradecemos estar aquí presente. Y por supuesto a Mr. Jim Pendle, que está aquí presente. Mr. Pendle, if you could please stand up to be recognized. La mesa directiva que no estuvo presente hoy, a Claudia Pérez, Jaime López y el señor Martínez, Fred Martínez, les agradecemos también por el apoyo que dan a la administración para sus hijos. Muchísimas gracias a cada uno de ellos. Graduates, graduation is without a doubt the most significant and special moment for you and for your families. High school graduation marks the conclusion of a 12-year journey. It is for that reason that at the end of every school year, we conclude with a beautiful ceremony for you. We take it very seriously, and we take pride in the planning of the ceremony worthy of your accomplishments. It's for that reason that we begin planning graduations for the following year as soon as the graduation ends for the current year. And everything that you see here today, I want to again recognize all of the team that, behind the scenes make it possible under the leadership of Mr. Littlejohn. So all of the team who makes this possible, please give them a round of applause again, because they work very, very hard to make sure that you have a beautiful, beautiful graduation every year. Thank you, Mr. Littlejohn, and your team. Last year, when the last graduation ended, it is my tradition to stay at the Don Hoskins until the very end. The students leave, the guests leave, and I stayed until the very end when everybody has gone. Talk to people, stay there. And then as I was driving around 10:30 or later on the border highway, I began thinking of the theme for the 2020 graduation. What would it be? What would I say? How would it look like? So then I turned to my left as I was driving and looked at the star on the mountain. And then an idea came to my mind. Perhaps the theme of the graduating class should be stars, I thought. In many ways, the star on the mountain has become a symbol of our city and our community. Since the days of antiquity, stars on the sky have inspired humanity. Generation after generation have seen in the stars symbols of divine guidance and high aspirations. Not surprisingly, we have the idiom, reach for the stars. And that's what we tell you students, reach for the stars. The dictionary translates it to mean to set one's goals or ambitions very high, to try to attain or achieve something especially or particularly difficult. But I thought, a star is nothing without its light. And the theme for the graduating class for 2020 was born that moment. And I titled it, Light. Please look at your medallions. The medallions that you have, that you were given, that medallion is given to you on behalf of your families. It is given to you on behalf of your teachers and administrators and the school board and the district administration. On the one side, it says it has the 90th year commemoration of the school district. The back side of your medallion commemorates the theme of my speech today, and it reads, Light. When the theme Light was selected, I was thinking of the graduating class of 2020, because the concept of light throughout history has had the powerful significance in culture, philosophy, religion, and society in general. For example, light has been associated with wisdom, creation, guidance, direction, and with God himself. Many of the holidays around the world center on the symbolic nature of light. That is true of Hanukkah, Ramadan, Christmas, Tribute of Light in New York, Symphony of Lights in Hong Kong, and many other festivities around the world. Light means goodness, something new, a new beginning, a new way of life. You know, students, graduates, many of you have been blessed with a wonderful family. You have mom and dad. They have guided you throughout all these years. They've been there for you. They've supported you with anything you needed, financially, emotionally, and in many other ways. Your mom and dad have been there for you. My advice to you is, please, honor them by doing something remarkable in your life, just as Mr. Garcia, as we introduce him today. Please do something to honor them. They've been there for you. It is your turn. As our valedictorian said, Mom and Dad, I will make you proud, and I know you will. But many of you, or some of you, just like me, are graduating with many challenges. I know what it is to grow up in a broken family. I know what it is to not have the means, financial means, to basically pay for anything. I know what it is, and many of you perhaps are graduating under those circumstances. But I tell you that I understand. I understand you very well. But I know that all of you have the resiliency, the passion, the grit, the persistence, and the ambition to pursue worthy goals and personal success and accomplishment in your life. Carry that light with you. When the theme Light was selected, I never anticipated that the school year will be turned upside down by a coronavirus. We never anticipated that our schools will be closed and that school life will end as we know it, that it will be transformed perhaps for many years to come. In an instant, our lives were transformed. We couldn't go to school anymore. We couldn't go to the stores. We couldn't travel. We couldn't enjoy our sports at the end of the school year, our band, and the normal activities at the end of the school year. Some people actually have said that 2020 might be remembered for the things that we could not do. Others have said that you are the pandemic generation. Not only your lives were interrupted by the pandemic, but sadly, you and I and our community and the world have witnessed the loss of life all around us. In our own community of El Paso, over, I think it's 100 individuals, 100 members of our community have lost their lives. Some of them, sadly, with very close ties to our Clint ISD family. With your permission, I'd like to ask you that at this time, if I may ask you to have a moment of silence to honor the memory and to pray for the recovery of those who are in the hospitals and those who are doctors and nurses and everyone who works in those hospitals, ensuring that our community members are safe and recovered. Can we take a moment of silence, please? Thank you so very much. Graduates, we are sending you into a world, as Time magazine puts it, a world in a global crisis. In addition to the pandemic, People magazine describes the recent events in our country and the death of George Floyd as an American tragedy. Quote, leaving cities in turmoil and a nation searching for a way forward. But I personally refuse to remember you as a generation pandemic, as the magazine have said. I refuse to name you the generation surrounded by a tragedy, but I rather remember you as a generation of light. For I believe that you will respond to this national tragedy and global health crisis with your goodness, your compassion, your generosity, and your commitment to continue building on the fundamental beliefs in which this country was found. Let me repeat that. I will remember you as the generation of light, because I believe in your goodness, in your compassion, your generosity. How can I forget students like yourselves? I remember you, John, especially, volunteering, being a mentor for students with special needs. What an amazing young man. And if we are leaving the country and our society in hands like students like you, then we're leaving this country in very good hands. And I am proud of each of you. According to the Library of Congress, this nation was built on the belief that all people are created equal. Whether you're Native American, African American, or European, or Hispanic. And those fundamental rights, we all have those fundamental rights to liberty, free speech, freedom of religion, due process of the law, and freedom of assembly. Graduates, we're asking you to go to the different colleges and universities to get a higher education to transform this world and this country into a better place. If you are joining the military or the workforce, do the same. You be the light and a force for good in anything you do in your future. For the last 2 months, we joined school districts around the state to turn the lights of the football fields in your honor. That was a fitting tribute to you, the generation of light. But it did not stop here. Today, graduates, Lions, the star on the mountain, some of you can see it from perhaps on that side, on my right side. Tonight, the star on the mountain is officially lit in your honor to honor the graduating class of 2020 one more time. So every time that you gaze at that beautiful star, it will remind you of this very special moment. Again, that star on the mountain is lit on your honor today. Finally, Lions, let me finish with a paraphrase of a quote written in the book Education, published in 1903. And here goes, quote, "The greatest want of the world is the want of men and women who will not be bought or sold, men and women who in their inmost souls are true and honest, men and women who do not fear to call what is wrong by its right name, men and women whose conscience is as true to duty as the needle to the pole, men and women who will stand for the right though the heavens fall." Lions, be that kind of a person. Be the light. Congratulations. May God bless you to each and every one of you. Once again, congratulations, Lions. We are very, very proud of you.
Dr. Martinez, would you do the honor of please certifying the graduating class of 2020?
Thank you, Ms. Sanchez. It's certainly an honor to certify the graduating class. So, members of our community and members of the School Board of Trustees, it is truly my honor. And I hereby certify that the students of the class of 2020 of Clint High School have successfully completed all required courses set forth by the Texas State Board of Education and the Clint Independent School District Board of Trustees. And therefore, I now officially declare the eligible students in the class of 2020 as graduates of Clint High School this 13th day of June 2020. Congratulations, you are officially graduated.
We will now begin awarding the diplomas to the graduates of 2020. Reading the names this year will be our Teacher of the Year, Miss Anessa Bravo. Graduates, please come forward.
Celeste Lopez. Marcus Juarez. Damian Pacheco. Lydia Granados. Joanna Martinez. Javier Villalba Tidwell. Teresa Rodriguez. Jacqueline Ponce. Brandon Cottrell. Jonathan Garcia. Brisa Aguilar. Jennifer Alamo. Yovela Anaya. Cameron Armstrong. Ariadna Avila. Daniel Ayala. Kiana Baeza. Fernando Bañuelos. Leslie Barraza León. Kevin Barraza León. Janelle Barón. Carla Bonilla. Albert Brito Jr. Abigail Carbajal. Marco Carrillo. Jose Carrillo Jr. Irving Castro. Jair Castro. Brian Ceballos. Belicia Chavira. Brianna Conde. Tiare Contreras. Perla Cordova. Diego Coral. Michelle Corral. Anthony Cuellar. Hugo Davila Jr. Alonso de Leon Jr. Giovanna Delgadillo. Brandon Diaz. Darlene Dominguez. Lorenzo Dominguez Acosta. Patrick Enriquez. Valerie Erives. Christopher Esparza. No. Abraham Espinosa. Wait. Abigail Estrada. Victor Estrada. Juan Flores. Jacob Fuentes. Alexandro Garcia. Amanda Garcia. Edward Garcia. Isabella Garcia. Janessa Garcia. Jacqueline Garcia. Saeli Garcia. Fernanda Garcia Molina. Natalie Gonzalez. Sebastián González. Manuel Granado. Kevin Granados Villalpando. Jose Gurola III. Kayla Hernandez. Delena Herrera. Pedro Herrera. Roberto Herrera Jr. Alam Holguín. Denise Huesca de la Cruz. Matthew Hassel. Ulises Jauregui. Mayra Machado. Sarah Mayese. Yasmin Marquez. Justin Martinez. Sheila Medina. Jose Medina Valenzuela. Leo Mena. Joshua Mendoza. Melanie Meras. Carlos Mesa. Vanessa Ronquillo. Brianna Moreno. Not yet. Can I see your card? Daniel Muniz. Nayeli Natividad. Andy Nunez. Taylor Nunez. Alfredo Nunez Jr. Angel Ochoa. Jose Ochoa. Emily Olivares. Areli Ortega. Alice Ortiz. Axel Ortiz. Gabriel Ortiz. Natasha Ovalle. Rodolfo Peña. Jennifer Penagos. Alexi Perez. Anthony Perez. Estefanía Pérez de la Torre. Alexis Piñeda. Kristen Piñeda. Inés Ponce. Miguel Ponce. Eliodoro Ponce III. Jennifer Quiñones. Aratzi Quires Escobedo. Montserrat Ramírez. Ray Ramsey. Esmeralda Reali Vázquez. Cindy Reyes. Jetsemani Reyes. Karen Rios Lugo. Denise Rivera. Ashley Rocha. Derek Rocha. Marisela Rocha. Edward Rodríguez. Sebastián Rodríguez. Matthew Rowland. Isaac Rosales. Matthew Sandoval. Saraí Sariñana. Saraí Segovia. Allison Sigala. Saúl Sigala. Nayeli Solís. John Sosa. Andrea Diaz. Mary Lane Terrazas. Jeremy Truen. Alexis Ulloa. David Urienio. Gerardo Valenzuela. Irving Varela. Anthony Vargas. Daisy Vargas.
Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present the Clint High School class of 2020. Let's give them a round of applause. Well, guys, you did it. Congratulations. Let me be the first to commend you on your accomplishments. You did it. You did it in spite of all the obstacles that were put in your way. You worked hard and you earned this recognition here tonight. It has been truly a privilege to watch you all grow up in these years as fine young adults. I know that your senior year was not what you had wished it to be. You all missed homecoming because of rain and also because Bowie was scared. You also missed prom. You all missed all of the senior stuff at the end. Some of you missed wearing black gowns this evening. But you know what? You gained even more. You all, through all of this, have learned that you can overcome anything. A pandemic? What pandemic? A pandemic can't stop the class of 2020. You overcame it. You all overcame remote learning, social distancing, lack of toilet paper, and anything and everything that was thrown in front of you. You overcame. So congratulations. So what now? You think whatever you want to dream, you can do. You thought that post-pandemic that college would be too difficult? Think again. You were successful in remote learning, so try college online. Leave this evening and expand the list of things that you can do and you should do. Life will always throw obstacles in your way, but your ability to adapt and overcome means so much more. Nothing can stop you. Once again, congratulations. I'm so very proud of each and every one of you. May God bless you all in all your future endeavors. And remember, once a lion, always a lion. Congratulations, Lions. At this time, you may move your tassel to the left, signifying that you now are officially the class of 2020 of Clint High School. I ask you to please rise as our Lion Band will perform our Clint alma mater and fight song one last time. Please turn your attention to the video. This is the conclusion of Clint High School's graduation ceremony. We will be escorting the graduates off the field. For safety of our graduates, we ask that you remain seated until you have been asked by the ushers and security to exit. On behalf of Clint High School administration, faculty, and staff, and the Clint Independent School District, we thank you for joining us this evening. We ask that you keep practicing social distancing as you exit the stadium. Graduates, Dr. Martinez and I will escort you off the field at this time.
There is your 2020 graduating class for Clint High School. We will now begin the coordinated and orderly dismissal of ticketed guests from the ballpark. Please make note of the section you are in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, beginning the exiting process, and we request that the first group of guests leave the ballpark. Those sections are 107, 112, 113, and 118. If you are in one of those four sections, you may leave the stadium now.